That's right. It is Fan Mail Friday here at the Rockstar Mentor podcast. I am your host, Sonya Paz, and let's get ready to rock and roll.
Welcome to the Rockstar Mentor podcast, the podcast to inspire you and bring the kickstart you need to crush it in the art industry. So join Sonya each week to bring you the art of marketing your creative service or product. You've got questions, we've got answers. It's Fan Mail Friday, and we are here to answer questions to get your weekend started. Now, your creatively energetic host, Sonya Paz.
That is right, everyone. It is Fan Mail Friday, and it is going to be a hot one today. But here we are. We are here answering questions. We are here. I am here. I am here answering questions for you today because I love answering these questions. I really enjoy getting emails from you with questions on everything from, how do I price my art, or what paints do I use? How do I get involved into starting to do fused glass? I mean, you name it, I get asked a bazillion questions, and I really enjoy it. I really love it a lot. I truly love engaging with everyone. We have a mastermind page. We have about 178 members on there so far, and it is growing. And I know that the engagement on there was a little slow at first, but we're starting to get more people that are comfortable asking questions, and of course, getting more comfortable with sharing their artwork, because I want it to be comfortable. I want it to be a safe, fun place where artists like yourself can not only ask questions, but help others that are in their creative journey. Help other people, answer some questions. It is a forum of people, or actually of artists, helping other artists. So if you're an artist and you want to participate, simply go onto the rockstarmentor.com website and go over to the mastermind area and sign up to be one of our valued artists in this great arena of other artists. I have an amazing bunch of resources on the site. I have some freebies. We have all of the episodes that I've been recording have been transcribed and are listed in the blog section of the website. So I really encourage you to check it out and let me know if there's anything that I can help you with. You can reach me directly at mentor@rockstarmentor.com. Today's question comes from Noah from New York, who says, I have been painting for a few years and recently have sold my work at outdoor shows. I sold a painting the other day, and the customer asked me if he can pick up the painting after I finish it and varnish it. I have never been asked this question before. I was a little taken back by this question because I don't varnish my art, and I never have. Am I supposed to be varnishing my canvases? I paint in acrylic water-based paint. Thank you. Well, many thanks, first of all, to Noah for asking this question. This is something that is a case-by-case basis. How you seal your work, or if you decide to varnish your work, is truly a case-by-case basis, simply because every artist's work is different. The finished product is different. Not everybody's paintings or works are supposed to look the same. Each of our work is individual and should have its own look and feel. However, the fact that you're asking this question and the fact that you're working in acrylic makes this question easy to answer for me. I work in acrylic, and I can tell you that if you want your artwork to last and to be preserved over a period of many, many, many years, then using a water-based gel medium to seal and protect your work is truly essential. There are many, many types of acrylic gel mediums and water-based varnishes or sealers out there. For instance, Liquitex makes amazing products. They make a lot of products that are specifically to be used for acrylic, and they work well with, of course, not only their own product line, but can easily be used for any acrylic sealing on your artwork. And of course, there is Golden brand varnishes and the whole entire acrylic paint line of Golden products. And Any of these, Liquitex or Golden, make gel mediums and sealers of different calibers that are specifically to be used with the acrylic application. Also, Nova Paints has some really great sealers and varnishes specific for acrylic works. Nova Paints are actually an affordable outdoor paint that you can use and is most conducive to muralists who do a lot of outside work because their light fast ratings are spectacular. And Golden, of course, has amazing light fast ratings so that it doesn't break down with sunlight or weather. But Nova Color, they have a lot more affordable sizes that is great for muralists and people who go through a lot of paint. This protective coating for your painting is not only to protect the paint, but will even out the different sheen of how each color may dry differently. For instance, when I mix up a certain green color that I use constantly, I will use 2 or 3 different shades of green and some white to achieve this certain tone that I look for that are some of the signature colors in my work. And because I'm mixing those in with different compositions of different paint tones and colors and hues, they will dry differently. They will dry with more of a sheen, more of a glossier sheen than, let's say, some of the reds or some of the oranges that I mix up, because those will dry more flat. And so when I use the varnish on there, it pretty much puts everything on an even keel. It keeps everything looking very consistent so that if you're looking at the artwork, you don't see more glossier shades of green and then more matted and flat shades of reds and oranges. So that helps a lot with that. Unless, of course, you are working to achieve a specific high-tech look or doing some experimentation with other varnishes like polyurethanes or lacquers, stick with the acrylic for the preservation of the works when working with acrylic. Now, I know that that's going to be that's an entirely different topic of subject of that would be categorized in probably a podcast of different techniques and things. So I want to make sure that I address Noah's question about if he should use a sealer or not. I have seen many artists not seal their work ever. And I have collected from many artists who have never sealed their work or put any sort of protective coating on it. Some simply don't know that they should do this because I have talked to people about this. I've talked to other artists and asked them, do you varnish your work, or do you put some sort of protective sealer on it? And they have simply said, well, no, I don't. I just, when I'm done, I'm done. I don't usually seal it with anything. And sometimes, and specifically, some artists that I know say, well, I would like to do a sealer, but I don't want it to take away from the work. And that is why I would suggest that you try with a sample test area. Paint a small little swatch area on just an old piece of mat board or heavy paper, and then wait for that to dry, and then apply the different sealers. Use a matte finish or use a high gloss, or you can actually get a satin finish by mixing those two different gel varnishes or sealers together. And see if you like the finish, and also to see what finish application you like the best. And I would suggest only use a sealer that is compatible with acrylic water-based paints, unless, of course, you're working to achieve a really high-tech look, like I had mentioned before, or you're going to be doing some experimentation with other varnishes and looking for a certain layered or thick look or heavy consistency or some really dramatic finish. But for the sake of just addressing Noah's question, I want to make sure that we kind of stick to that for today and talk about what the sealer will do for your work to keep it preserved. And like I had also mentioned, this is about preserving the work so that it is protected against the elements, that, it resists dust or it resists getting wet or being damaged. The sealer basically just seals in the paint, preserves it. The plus factor is you can even out the tones, but if, let's say, somebody popped a bottle of champagne and it landed on the painting, your average collector is probably going to freak out a bit, and they're not going to know that, well, this was sealed or this wasn't. They're going to specifically be worried about it and having something be ruined on their artwork. So having something protecting it is a giant win. Does it cost money? Yeah, of course it does. It's going to cost you a lot less than them bringing it back and then you having to try to touch up an area. This is something that they can simply use a very, just a very damp paper towel and just blot the painting if in the event something like that happens. And you should always give a care sheet of how to take care of the artwork when somebody does acquire your work. And I'm actually in the middle of working on a free takeaway about how to prepare something like that for you and give you some examples on what to give to a customer once they've purchased your work and acquired it and how to take care of it. And that will be in the freebie section coming up in September. So make sure you sign up on the website so you can get those notifications. So Noah, if sealing your artwork is not presently part of the process that you use to finish off a piece of work, if that is something that you don't do and you're not interested in doing, then I say keep true to yourself, keep true to you, and let your customer know that if the artwork is finished, it's finished. and if you want to explore, start to applying a protective coating or explore on how to protect your artwork, then I would wholeheartedly recommend doing so. And I'm going to be putting Novacolor, Golden Paints, and Liquitex in the show notes that you can certainly reference and research. Now, Liquitex and Golden you can find in most Hobby Lobbies or Michael's or Dick Blick or any online store or any local store. Novacolor sells strictly through their website at novacolorpaints.com. And they're really great over there too. So I hope this helps out today. I hope that you can experiment with the different finishes. And I want to, again, thank you so much for writing in and asking this extremely valued question. I hope that it does help with what you're working on. Would love to see what works that you are doing. And I do ask when people do send questions in that you email me at mentor@rockstarmentor.com or put some photos up on our Rockstar Mentor page on Facebook. But when sending in a question, send in a photo of yourself and maybe a couple of your works. That helps me sort of connect a little bit more on how to address the question. And then I can, make sure that I get your questions answered in the proper format, blah, blah, blah. So, hey, if you ever need brushes and you want a great deal and get great customer service and get 5% off, check out thebrushguys.com. They have great customer service. You can save 5% by using the promo code Rockstar. And if you are on the Rockstar Mentor website, subscribe to our mastermind group. Check out what we got going on. I have some freebies that I have prepared specifically for you. And I hope that will help you. If you have questions, send them over to me. We do the Fan Mail Friday on Fridays to get your weekend started. And I really enjoy interfacing and connecting with all of you. Have a great rest of the weekend. Noah, thanks again for the question. Everyone, I will look forward to talking with you and reaching out to you on Tuesday for our regular episode. And I hope that you all rock it. Peace out, everyone.